have so much love and excitement for Daima. I'm excited to watch Daima, and that's a point of contention. That's a debate in itself. There's a lot of people that think Daima looks garbage. That's not me, though. I'm upset because I genuinely believe that this is not the character that's going to keep people hyped. All right, we need to talk about it because clearly I'm upset. Like I'm expressing that I'm upset about like Goku Daima as the playable character pre-order bonus. One of the biggest things that I want to talk about, like before we get into this discussion, is that I am not upset about Daima. I don't even think Daima looks bad. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks like a fun, exciting, different story that Toriyama worked on. So like, there's a comment on this video that just came out, and it says, I don't know why everyone is so upset about Daima Goku pre-order character. Like, goddamn, it was Akira's last project before passing. I know people are allowed to not like things, but saying it's ass before even seeing it is insane. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that anybody has a problem with Daima Goku as a character in Sparking Zero. The problem is that, one, we're sitting here where, you know, it's connected to the 6-character early access unlock with 3 Gogetas and 3 Super Brolys. So there was speculation that maybe it's going to be a character we haven't seen and it'll be in game, you know, only like maybe Goku or Gogeta Red, which would have been cool. Like that would be something like really cool. There were talks of like Jocko, which I wouldn't have agreed with either. There were even talks with Android 21 because she doesn't really fit anywhere else. Maybe if you want to be really, really specific, because you saw her for a split second in Dragon Ball Superhero, she might be in that trailer because, you know, that's Dr. Jiro's wife or whatever. If I'm remembering that family tree correctly, forgive me if I'm not in the moment. Dragon Ball Daima is getting its own DLC pack. That's one of the biggest things that I think people are like missing about like this special pre-order character. So the understanding is that our pre-order character is Dragon Ball Daima Goku, which also leaves me open with a question. Does that mean that normal Daima Goku is not going to be in that season pass, in that DLC pack, if you don't pre-order? So if you don't pre-order, you just don't get Daima Goku regular? Because we know that we're going to see him Super Saiyan. So we're just going to be paying for Goku's forms? Now, if there was an instance where like Daima Goku is the pre-order character and then like his transformations come in a free update alongside the other characters we're getting in the Daima DLC, that would be a different discussion. And then we wouldn't like have, you know, as much of this reaction, at least from me. I'm going to speak from my perspective here. Dragon Ball Daima Goku should have been in the Daima DLC pack, but there's almost a great chance that some of the characters in that pack are going to be Goku as well, and his forms. If they're not, and his forms come out as a, you know, free update, cool, that's great, but I don't think that that's how this is going to work. I don't think that's ever how this has worked with Bamco games, you know, or Dragon Ball games. Regardless, Daima Goku is a pre-order character. Are we going to see him for people that didn't pre-order the game and got it later because they couldn't afford to or just didn't want to? Because there's a lot of people that don't like to pre-order games. And are we going to be paying for Daima Goku's forms when he's already in, like when he's in the game? I don't know, man. There's something that doesn't sit well with that with me. That's why I believe to this comment from the great Aki, like, appreciate the comment, but that's why people are kind of feeling this way, at least from my perspective. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are not only hating on Daima and not only hating on the pre-order character just because they want to hate on it, but at least from the discussion that I'm trying to have and the reaction that I had when I first saw it, it comes from the instance that we already knew that there was going to be a Daima DLC pack. So getting a Daima character before the DLC pack is kind of like it's not hitting the hype level that I was kind of looking for, that I was looking forward to, because I already know that Daima characters are coming with the DLC pack. I was kind of thinking maybe it could be something else. I know it can't be manga characters as much as I would have loved something like Ultra Ego Vegeta, because I'm a Vegeta fan through and through, as my favorite character. Or again, Android 21, because this is a character that doesn't fit in line with other characters or other like arcs or like other DLCs. We also haven't had any like Miratoa discussion. We haven't had any like Fu discussion, like anything like that comes from like the Xenoverse games, because they're mostly going off of things that are like, they kind of stay away from the Xeno side of Dragon Ball stuff. They kind of stay in the world of like, you know, animation and movie stuff. So maybe 21 also won't make it ever, because she's more a part of the Xeno side of everything, with like the Dragon Ball Fighter, you know, Z game and things like that. Like that's outside of the spectrum of like the way characters normally get picked for Tenkaichi games. However, with a Daima pack coming, it definitely didn't seem like we're gonna see a Daima character, you know, as the pre-order character. It being Goku clearly, you know, makes the most sense, because he's the figurehead of Dragon Ball. It just doesn't, in my opinion, hit that hype meter, because we already were hyped for DLC packs after the game's launch, and then DLC after the game's launch, making it one of the biggest anime fighters ever. So yeah, like in the words of the comment, I can understand why people are like, yo, this is ass. Even though I didn't verbatim say this was ass, I just said I was upset about it, because again, I think it could have been better chosen. And I think that this is obviously falling in line. Oh, it's, Daima's coming out the same day that this game comes out into early access. And like, while that all makes sense, because that's what Leo said, and I got to give Leo props for making that, like, deduction. Like, yo, the game early access releases on the 8th. Daima releases on the 8th. It makes sense that the pre-order character is Goku Daima, and he called it weeks ago. He called it weeks before it was actually announced. That's why in the reaction video, I say he's right. And I'm upset that he's right. But I'm upset that he's right because I think there could have been a better character. I think, hell, even like, I would love to see Gogeta go Super Saiyan Red. That would be pretty awesome. Even though, like, there's 3 Gogetas right there. Vegito Red. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, there would be some cool things. Like, I just don't think that Daima Goku, while we're already looking at a game with 16 or 17 Gokus, yeah, because each form is counted as a character. That's how 182 characters is not 182, characters without their forms. That's exact. Tenkaichi 3 had 91 characters with 165 forms. So yes, we're counting forms because they're counted as characters by just the way that the game defines characters. So we're looking at about 15 to 16 Gokus at launch, and then including Daima. And that's not even including characters that also have part of Goku in him, right? Like the Gogetas and the Vegetos. So again, I think we're good on Goku. I think we're good on Goku. When you go back and you look at the pre-order character and you're like, man, I'm so excited to figure out what this is. Like, I get it, man. I get why it makes sense with it lining up with Daima on its early access release. And like, I'm sure it's probably going to be a cool looking character and have cool moves and everything. But when you have a Daima DLC coming, I feel like the expectation for me was shifted elsewhere. And just to like go back to the original comment that even made this video, it was Akira's last project before passing. That has nothing to do with the reaction, man. That has nothing to do with the reaction. The entire game is a tribute to this man's work and legacy. Like, there's so much love and respect for this man. Everybody's so hyped. It's just in the discussion of there being 15 to 16 Gokus in the game at launch, and then adding the fact that Daima is having its own DLC pack post-launch. That the pre-order character hype, I think, could have been better. It's just the fact that this pre-order character was sitting there with this, looming mystery, and then for it to be another Goku that's just related to a DLC that's gonna be also have a DLC pack. I don't know, man. Like, even at that, your boy would prefer a Gamma 1 or a Gamma 2 as an early access character leading into a DLC pack. But that's just me. That's just me. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are characters we don't have in the game at all. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Like, I don't think Daima Goku is full-on ass. I just think it could have been better. Like, full-on, full stop, I just think that the pre-order character could have been better chosen. And that's just my opinion, man. That's the talk of the town. That was a comment that kind of resonated with me for a discussion that we needed to have. That's all I'm saying, man. I want to know what you guys have to say. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you expected or what your prediction was, because I had a huge conversation today on stream about expectation birthing disappointment, being the birth of disappointment. However, predictions and those kind of conversations always happen when there's some, you know, mysterious, like, looming, like, who's gonna be the pre-order character. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video, because, you know, we still got a lot of Sparking Zero to look forward to.